Have you ever engaged in a serious debate over which is better, Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings? Have you ever played Smash or Pass using only characters from Star Wars and Marvel movies? If you answered yes to any of these questions, we have the podcast for you. Listen to The Steam Gentlemen, the podcast where an expert panel convenes to ask the questions about pop culture and social commentary that other podcasts are afraid to ask. Listen to The Steam Gentlemen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Ladies and gentlemen, Wrestling Fans International Association is back. That's right, the premier fan club association of the 1970s and 1980s has been revived and is back in business. Join today. It's free at thewfia.org. That's thewfia.org. You can also join us on Facebook at facebook.com/groups/WFIA 1969. Welcome back, everybody, to the 1987 Supermod. I am your host, Brad Drake, and this is a bonus episode, a special bonus episode. We're going to be talking about the upcoming release of version 11 of the 1987 Supermod. It has been a while since we released version 10.1, and here we go. We're going to take a look at version 11 and some new things in version 11. We have updated wrestler relationships. I have read several wrestling books since the last time that this mod was released, and we are going to have additional relationships in here, okay? We're going to see some really good stuff. Here we go with Buddy Roberts. Got some relationships here. Let's just put in Roberts. And we have the Sinister Minister of Fear. In this edition, turns out in 1987, the WWA had a Chicago-based show that was being produced by Bob Luce called Monsters of Wrestling. And there was a man called Sinister Minister of Fear that was heavily involved. And he had a lot of relationships with wrestlers. Eventually, he would become best friends with Buddy Roberts. Buddy Roberts would work the Chicago and Midwest independents with the Sinister Minister of Fear, and we have that kind of stuff represented here in the upcoming mod. All right, here we go. Monsters of the Mat. I said Monsters of Wrestling. I apologize. Monsters of the Mat. Here you go. Here is the show. And for those of you that have never seen this show, this is the dying days of the WWA. The show is pretty darn craptastic. Okay? It is. There's the Savoldis are releasing a lot of footage now. Check it out. It is something to be seen if you enjoy hokey pro wrestling. All right? That it's for you. We have Bob Luce in the game. Bob Luce was a wrestling legend. Legendary promoter in the Chicago area. There he is. Bob Luce is in the game now. We talked about Sinister Minister of Fear. We'll take a look at him. Here's a Sinister Minister of Fear. Good stuff, everybody. This is the type of minute detail that you will not find in any other mod. All right? We have tag teams such as the Monsters. Here they are. Monsters are in there. We have several other updates with worker relationships and stuff like that, including Johnny Stewart who had some really interesting things to say about the WWA in a recent podcast and his experiences in wrestling. Again, this is how I get the knowledge for these mods the updates to the mods. It comes from reading books and listening to podcasts and learning as much as possible about the wrestlers and, just workers in general. So here we go. We have some interesting broadcaster updates. Financial News Network, okay? They were actually wrestling friendly and had wrestling on the network. All right, so they're in the game. They are in the game, and it's interesting, really interesting stuff, everybody. And I'm just showing you a small portion of the wrestlers that have been added to the mod. Did you know there's a NASA television channel? Heck yeah, there is. Maybe they might be interested in some wrestling, huh? He had some sports networks here that have been added. Sports Time covered a couple different regions. It was a network that Anheuser-Busch ran, I think initially for the St. Louis Cardinals, and then it grew. It was around for a couple of years, and then it closed down. So we have all these broadcasters added in, and there's a lot more than just what I'm showing you here, everybody. Wrestlers, again, the stats for the wrestlers have been updated. Things are a lot more realistic, okay? I realized a couple of versions ago that things weren't as realistic as they could be. Well, now they are, and I think you're going to really enjoy the gameplay in version 10.1. Trying to see if there's anything else here that sticks out. All I can tell you is it's good. It's really good. And it's going to be released here on December 1st, and it's going to be available, of course, on Patreon, patreon.com/PowerCastNetwork. You can find it there. And a lot of updates have been made here, everybody, to rosters, to worker relationships, to broadcasting deals. Things have been a lot more realistic and just updating. The longer this goes on, the better and better and better it's going to continue to get, everybody. So we've got some really good stuff coming up with version 11. So I just want to take a few minutes here today and give you a sneak preview of version 11. Remember, there's going to be a lot more editing too before it hits Patreon on December 1st. But version 11 will be available on December 1st, everybody. So get ready. And how can I forget? A bunch of new venues and locations added also. Some additional titles. Good stuff across the board, everybody. So thanks for tuning in today. Remember, version 11 is coming out on December 1st. For those of you new to the channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and drop us a message below. Let us know how you found the channel, what you think of us so far. If you're looking for more, you can find it. In the meantime, you can find version 10.1 on Patreon, patreon.com/PowerCast Network. Just $5, everybody. And with that $5, you will get access to all of our spreadsheets, all of our shows early and ad-free. You'll get access to version 10.1 of the Supermod, soon to be version 11, and so much more, everybody. Check it out today. Don't forget, check out Wrestling Fans International Association, everybody. It's free to join at thewfia.net. Excuse me, thewfia.org. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I'll see you next time.